So I'm starting this video at 11:11 on June 10th, 2025. Whenever you're seeing this video is valid for where you are on your journey. And I'm doing some reading right now of the collective masculine and feminine. Just checking in and seeing where these energies are at, as well as of maybe doing a little clariting aspect with it. Okay, so I'm starting out with the medicine today, and for the divine feminine, we're getting psilocybin commune. That energy has been coming up a lot today as far as the feminine really needing to connect with other divine feminine, really coming together in celebration and in joy. All right, so really to moving forward, being at our highest truth and our greatest vulnerability with other medicine mamas. Ooh, I like that phrase, medicine mamas. All right, for the masculine, I get some energy of stillness, of death. There's some rebirth, birth, and transmutation energy. There's some cracking forth of, I didn't hold up the commune card for the feminine. There we go. Just some little images. Helps me. So for the masculine, kind of cracking forth, and I feel like these new thoughts and perspectives are really being born. So there might be a bit of a pause as far as communication from the masculine, or maybe there's like an awkwardness or kind of like a bumpiness. I feel like they're in a rebirth process right now, and we're just kind of holding it down by celebrating joy. I just put up a hummingbird feeder, and I'm having so much fun watching all the hummingbirds fly around my house, and it's bringing me a lot of joy. So the energy between them right now is the wounded healer, dandelion. Now, I spent a great deal of time on Sunday just picking all of the weeds in my yard, and I don't really view them as weeds. They're just, there's things not growing quite in the right place. And dandelions, of course, we know are wounded healers because they're so often perceived as weeds when really they're like an incredibly rich medicine. The leaves can be eaten in salad. If you take the buds of dandelions, you can make little capers out of them, and they're quite delicious, really good for detox. The leaves you can also, or maybe it's the roots that you use in tea. So there's some really good things. So what I get actually from this card is actually the word of detox. I think the feminine has been doing such deep work on herself as doing so much self-love, so much rich healing, and now it's just kind of like step back and have some fun. Like you've been doing the work, go on vacation, play, splash around in the water, bask in the sun, roll around in the mud, hug the trees, and laugh with the girls, paint your toenails, all of those sort of things. Really feeling this essence of stepping into that greater sense of joy, so that the work's not feeling as heavy anymore. We've done the deep work. What I'm also seeing in this card is there's a make-a-wish component, right? You make wishes on dandelions, and you spread the seeds with your wishes, with your prayers, and how important this is. There's a rainbow component to this card. There's a lot of celestial energies, Merkaba sacred geometry. So I think it's just like really about being in the energy of the yumminess of the third energy. Now, I just posted a meditation yesterday. It started off as a reading, and it turned into this really beautiful meditation about how we can go back to our baby selves and let our baby selves kind of be rebirthed and held by Mother Earth and Father Sky, our true parents. The more we can connect and trust in that divine energy and release like our physical parents, not necessarily in the physical, but just, release our attachment to them, so we're realigning ourselves with the divine and being in our true essence in that way. That allows us to trust the process. It allows us, like, with this full spectrum of, like, doing the healing, but feeling the joy, like, kind of being in the full essence of all of life, but without being in the density as much. I don't get, like, a heavy energy from the masculine here. It's just kind of like I gotta clean off my table, like I gotta sort things out. And that feels really good. So really interesting. What comes up next is like so those are the medicine cards, right? So now we're working with the internal energies, and we work here with the internal energies of the Empress, right? The Green Mother. Okay, this fits right in with the meditation that I was just talking to. This is practically a version of some of the imagery that I share in that. Now, it's like, how can we hold and merge our child self, our infant self, our baby self, so that we're reconnecting right now in this current essence as our highest, fullest potential, okay? And that I don't mean that to sound like a lot of weight. I mean that in the sense of like, we're connecting with our fullest selves so that we can live life with joy and ease no matter what comes up. We're still human beings in bodies. There's still going to be discomforts. There's still going to be deaths. There's still going to be problems. There's still going to be endings. There's still going to be reevaluations. There's still going to be floods and fires and all of these things that can come in, but we're going to start to neutralize the fact, to understand why that's a part of our process and why these releases have to happen. All right. And that's really like getting in tune with these cycles of Mother Nature, with the cycles of Father Sky, and the alchemy that Mother Nature and Father Sky work together to create, so that this earth can continue to be cleansed and empowered so that we can go to where we're going next. And I'm personally just like, I'm so happy to be alive, and every day I wake up and I'm like, I get to live on earth during this time. And I'm actually even starting to feel sad that my life isn't eternal. Like, I want to be here more, which is a huge change from a few years ago when I'm like, even a few months ago, honestly, maybe not this year, but last year, of just like, are you kidding me, Earth? What is wrong with this place? I want out of here. I don't feel that way anymore. I'm actually just feeling so blessed to be in the sacredness of this body and in this time. And I'm excited to see where things are going. And I'm also excited to stay rooted in the truth of, this is a playground. This is a place to be and love and joy and feel ease and peace, no matter what, even when shit's hitting the fan. Okay, so these are great. I love these cards together. Very similar energy, right? So this is the Nine of Wands. And I get a very alchemical energy from this witch. I almost feel like she's coming into the element of the self-care that the feminine's been doing for a while. So the feminine's like stepping forth and moving into the world now, and the masculine is like, oh wait, hold on, I gotta assess what I am and what I'm doing and how my work is of purpose. Now, the internal shared energy, and what the third energy wants to know, and I'm just holding these up together so we can see it, is the Six of Spells. Okay, so Six of Spells, same as Six of Wands. And there's a great communal energy in this card. There's a rebirth of something new. This is also a toss back to the Ace of Wands card, which has been coming up a lot. And it really just feels like these new perspectives are coming in. There's been frequent messages of reversing your perspective, of kind of flipping things upside down. I have someone I'm talking to right now who's in Australia, and I'm having such a time talking to him because I can never figure out really what the time is. And like, we're literally talking to each other most of the time in different days. And so like, I'm having such a time of like, where am I in space and time? And what's so cool about having those conversations, it's really opening me up to the release of space and time, being like, wow, like, if I can connect with somebody on the other side of the world who's literally experiencing a different day, it's night, this is daytime, you know, like, where it's winter, this is spring, like, it's fall, this is spring, you know, anyway, there's all this like beautiful expansiveness, and it really excites me to feel that expansion in my soul. And I feel like that is kind of this card too, of like, okay, we're working to have these new perspectives, and this is individually going to come through for everybody in different ways, you know, wherever you're being brought forth different YouTube videos to help expand your expression, maybe different books, maybe new job opportunities. There's all these different things that are opening up these channels because we're doing the work, and we've got to open up. We've got to step out of our comfort zones, and that is uncomfortable to a time, but it doesn't have to stay uncomfortable if we continue to do this work. Okay, so now we're going to work with the Seers of Light and to assess the external energies. Usually I'm talking and drawing at the same time. Okay, so the external energies for the feminine is the Seven of Wands. Okay, and what I like about this card is there is an extreme, like, it's like a crystal ball vision. Like, what I always feel with the Seven of Wands, especially the way it's portrayed in this deck, is just like, it's not only a time of meditative awareness, it's a time of like getting clear about how that physically, how these dreams and things physically start to be engaged and move forward. So that feels really good, and it's very exciting. For the masculine, we get the Six of Cups. Now, this card has also been coming up in not only some of my readings, but also some other readings. And, you know, there's a nostalgic component to it. There's also, there's just some clear, like, how do I want to say it? Growing up. Now, what's interesting is I feel like this card and this card, again, very similar. I will tag the meditation that I posted. I just posted it yesterday. So, I recorded them in the same day, though. Gotta get ahead of it sometimes because I'm traveling a lot this summer. So anyway, but these cards are so similar, right? There is like, and this is the female version of holding herself. This is the male version of holding himself. And there's an evolution in both of these cards. I really feel that with the masculine and feminine is we are stepping into our more whole essence, the wholeness of our beings, so that we can be together. And how this manifests in the third energy is the world. Okay, so again, these bubbles, like there's similar colors going on in these cards. Like, look at this. This is wild. Similar colors, and then this is kind of like this is all coming together in the world. So the world is what I'm finding is this internal wholeness for unity, for collective unity consciousness, and that's coming by way of a lot of these sacred marriages that are starting to step forth. Now, let's look at these cards together too. So we have the dandelion, the wounded healer, and we have the world, and both of these cards contain a lot of sacred geometry. Okay, so I feel like there's a bigger message here with the third energy of, and even in the internal energies, of let's connect with the community, let's connect what's holy with ourselves, and let's connect with the divine. The divine has got this process. I don't know about you all, but I have been feeling so much more of like, dude, get like, what's that phrase? Like, give and let God, give it over to God, whatever that one, you know, give it. It feels like that right now, where it's so big, it's so expansive. And it's just like, yo, the universe got this. Like, I don't have to push forward in the way. I just have to commit to showing up every day, to being available, to assessing my own blocks and, you know, resentments, any old fears, hurts, things that are coming up. I have to be present with that process within myself so that my masculine can process that presence within himself, because he's holding it down, I'm holding it down, we're both holding it down for each other, energetically and soon physically, if not already. I think there's a lot of people who are already coming together. I think by the end of this year, we're going to see a lot of people in full union. All right, I'm going to close out today, I believe, with just some Lumerian energies, because I think that a lot of the healing that's occurring are from the Lumerian and Atlantean timelines. So we're going to do this for the masculine and for the feminine. Okay, community co-creation. All right, this card has also been coming up a lot this year, right? In one of my earlier readings, there was this is a very Three of Cups energy too. All right, so this connects very deeply for the feminine with connecting with the commune, connecting with the tribe, with the coven, doing the work with other feminine right now. I don't know about you all, but I have been able to connect to my female friends in really beautiful ways and really truthful ways. Like, I don't feel like we're enabling each other. We're calling each other out on our BS. And we're also like supporting each other in whole new ways. And just like, I love this for you. And if there's a shift, it's like, none of it's personal. My relationships with my female friends have felt so nurturing and expansive. And that feels so good. Okay, so for the masculine we get, and I don't think I've seen this card before, and it fell upside down. Like, obviously the image doesn't matter what way you're holding it, but it kind of feels to me like a dragon's eye, or a sea creature eye or something like this. But anyway, the card is Awakened Awareness. Okay, so I really do feel like there's a lot of this energy. It taps right into this card, right? This brain opening up, right? The third eye expanding. I feel like the masculine are opening up to deeper truths right now that haven't previously been seen by them. So it's like their blind spots are kind of opening up. They're seeing themselves in true new ways. They're able to hold themselves in true whole new ways and take greater action steps moving forward, which is really exciting. They're becoming the men we always knew they would be, just as we're becoming the women we were always intended to be. All right. And I love, like, what I love too about the animals in these cards, okay, so you have, this is, rabbits, we've got fertility energies moving through. We also have the conquering of fears. We've got these are really playful little porcupines here. I even have a porcupine quill that I keep near me when I do readings as a clairvoyant, clownvoyant, I don't know. We're working with that. But there's a lot of playfulness. There's a lot of nesting. There's a lot of, like, not only nurturing energy here, but just like expansive radiance, to be honest. All right. And what I love in this card is we've got the dog, which is a symbol for loyalty. Okay. So I really do feel like the man this time more so than ever is committed. He's committed to a path not only with you, but with himself. Like, for the first time, he's actually committed to the man that he wants to be. I know that a lot of times in early connections, masculines step forth and they, present themselves as like king of the world, and you're like, oh, finally, my prince has come, and then they just fall off, right? And we do have healing work to do that, because it hurts when they fall off, and like they've created expectation that they don't match. But I feel like that time is really ending, and it's a little awkward and it's a little bumpy because there's just this fear. I keep coming back to the phrase of, are you safe? And then them throwing it right back to you, are you safe? You yelled at me last time I messed up. And it's like, we don't need to yell anymore, but we can be present and more compassionate to the process with the masculine, while also holding our own boundaries and our own truth, and be willing to walk away. I've been more willing to walk away lovingly from relationships in the last, in dynamics with people in the last few months, because I've had enough of holding space for them not doing the work. I will hold space for them doing the work. I want to talk about it. I want to deeper understand the masculine and their process. And why is it that they pull away so frequently when they become overwhelmed and like can't communicate at all? And recognizing the parts of myself that like have the impulse to do that, but I've healed enough to not do that anymore, because there was a time that I did. Okay. So between the masculine and feminine, we have the communication, co-creation, and the awakened awareness. I really love these two as energies that are working both individually and together. Let's see what the Lemurian shared energy wants to express, and then I think we will probably close it out. All right. So the shared energy is reclaim your energy, okay? I can't recommend enough. I'm probably even going to do my own meditation again, even though I brought it through. Can't recommend mend that meditation enough, because it really is these energies, okay? And it is reclaiming your energy. I love that she is crowning herself in this, all right? The closing line of this is transform your life by choosing healing and self-empowerment. Kickstart the upward spiral to abundant energy and soul presence, all right? So this is the same as this world energy, right? This is like the embodied, all the chakras are clear and aligned. We're embracing, we're dancing. We're really stepping forth as the purest, truest versions of ourselves. I do want to ask, I'm going to ask the shamanic oracle, just where is this headed for the masculine and feminine? Oh my goodness, this card, did you see it jump out just then? We're headed to a new day! That is so fun. Okay. And, I do feel like we have these earth, I feel like, So this is the where are we headed message. I feel like this is the fertility of the sun, that, you know, that waters the seed, and this is the dreams. This is the feminine dreams and things that she's been holding. Just because of the way I do my readings, I really do view the top as the feminine and the bottom is the masculine, which is funny because really we have Father Sky up top and we have the feminine is Mother Earth down below. But it's like we're having to like really create this full circle of the energies in all directions that we came, so that we're showing up as in this wholeness. I got a temporary tattoo the other day at an event of a dragonfly, because I was like, oh, well, what insect do I want to connect the most with? The elusive, like, dreamy nature of the dragonfly is such strong medicine. What a great medicine to run with. And I love that we're being birthed towards a new day. I really, really do feel that, like, this birth, like, we're reclaiming our energies so that we can move towards these new earth templates, these new earth vibes. Yeah, and I continue to, I think that we're doing a lot of solar plexus work and heart work right now. So if you need some directions in your own meditation to do some extra clearing with that solar plexus, that self energy, and clearing any collateral damage from the past in the heart. Ho'oponopono is really great for that, for both spots, because I really think that we have a lot of this going on. And for the masculine, I think we got a lot of third eye crown stuff being cleared out. Our throats are feeling really good. I feel that the communication channels are opening, and that we are moving. Oh, I just noticed that this is number 11 too, and I started this video, I think, at 11:11. So that's cool, and I have a lot of immense joy and excitement for what we're moving forward to, and I just want to keep bringing in the joy while being real about the less fun stuff that we still have to address and move through. But I feel like we're doing this pinging energy of, like, we don't have to live in the shadow anymore. We don't have to be in the depths of hell. We really are, like, creating heaven on earth, and we're coming up into being into these joyful energies. So I hope that this message was helpful for you today. Please check out my other videos, especially that meditation, if this resonates with you. Like my channel. I'm doing my best to post videos every day. Sometimes I record multiple in a day, just so that I can have days off, just to kind of be in my own flow. But I love doing this, and I love sharing my heart space and my downloads with you. And yeah, please feel free to connect with me if you want an individual reading or you want to have a conversation, and we can start there. PrismHealers@gmail.com. So many blessings to you all. Have a great freaking day. Have a great freaking life. Have a great freaking existence eternally. Okay? So long.